are about to talk to a fan from Winnipeg who's at the Toronto airport. He was at the game last night watching this.
This is what it's all about. A strike away for Jeff Hoffman and the Toronto Blue Jays. The payoff. He is stricken out! And for the first time in 32 years, the Blue Jays have won the pennant!
Wow, so much fun. We're going to get into weather and traffic. Nothing urgent in just a moment here in Winnipeg. But we got to talk more Jays. They're once again off to the World Series. They defeated the Mariners last night 4-3. And what a win it was, as we've been talking about on sports this morning. So lucky Winnipegger Rich Pope was at the Rogers Centre last night. He's in the airport right now. He's about to catch his flight home, and he's with us via Zoom. Hey, Rich, how you doing?
Hey, Marcy, how are you? I'm good.
How was your shuttle? I heard, Stan, you just got off an airport shuttle to get to your gate.
Yeah, packed with some very, very happy Blue Jays fans, for sure.
No kidding. I love your hat. You got your Jays hat on. What was it like to be there last night?
Oh, it was off the charts. Like, obviously, that home run in the seventh inning by George Springer, I have never heard a stadium, an arena, anything get that loud all at once. Fans were high-fiving each other, hugging each other. There's fans crying, fans laughing, people sprinting down the concourse and high-fiving everybody. It was pandemonium. It was wild.
You actually were kind enough early this morning to send us some videos. So if people are watching on YouTube, they're going to not just see you, but they're going to see the stands. You shot all the people around you looking like they've known each other for a million years, just cheering in that moment. And you gave us some other awesome pictures as well. Tell me about the mood shift, though, because let's face it, before Springer swung that bat, it was looking really like we didn't have a lot of game left, right?
No, for sure. It was after the first few innings, it got pretty tense in there, and it got kind of quiet, actually, which is surprising for a 44,500 seat stadium. It was kind of quiet because everybody was nervous. It's like, when are their bats going to start getting hot here? When are we going to start getting some runs? That kind of thing. I feel like everybody kind of knew it was coming. Because in that seventh inning, you could just feel something in the building just kind of change. And everybody just, as soon as we got that, couple guys on base, the place just erupted. And it's like everybody kind of knew that we were in for something very, very big, and something very, very big did happen.
What did it feel like last night in Toronto? I mean, I don't know how late you stayed up or if you got around town to look at, the streets look packed from what we're seeing here.
Yeah, after the game, by the time we got out of the stadium, it was pushing 11:30 midnight, and so I needed to catch my train back to my airport. So I didn't get to spend downtown, out on the streets celebrating or anything like that. But just the walk from Rogers Centre to the train station, fans are all hugging, high-fiving each other, singing, chanting. It was unbelievable atmosphere. Everybody obviously in great spirits and looking forward to a World Series championship.
What do you remember about the World Series win in 92 and 93?
93, I was a teenager. I think most people that were around that time, I know that there's many Jays fans that probably weren't even born yet in 1993. But I was one of those teenagers that got to see Joe Carter hit that home run to win the World Series in 1993. And then obviously 1992, I was just reading Ed Sprague hit a pretty important home run in Jays history to help win that 1992 series as well. So the reason I went on this trip to go see this is because this does not happen very often. So I feel very fortunate, very privileged to have been here to watch this ALCS championship game 7. And hopefully I'm, able to see a World Series win for the Toronto Blue Jays as well.
How tough was it to get tickets? Like, you're there on your own, right? So tell me how this even happened.
Yeah, so I traveled on my own, but I went with my sister-in-law, who's from London, Ontario. So she came in to the game and went with me. I lucked out and got Game 7 tickets. They were just general admission, standing room only seats, or not even seats, standing room only. So we stood all day. So just, lucked out when they went on sale that I was able to purchase those tickets. Game 6, I also went to on Sunday. Those ones I purchased through, SeatGeek or whatever the website was. So, but just like being able to be in that building and just witness Game 6 and Game 7 and just see the jubilation of fans and meet complete strangers and make connections. It was just an amazing experience. It was on my bucket list of things to do.
Yeah.
And I'm extremely happy that I went because, I'm a big sports fan. And just having the ability to see that in person is kind of a bucket list thing for me.
And this is going to make people jealous, but you got your Game 7 tickets for like $115.
Yes, yeah. Again, they were
crazy.
Standing room only. We were.
You still went.
Back. Yeah, we didn't even get a rail spot because it was so busy. The lineups were out,
crazy.
Down the street outside prior to game start. So we didn't even get a spot on the railing. We were 2 people deep behind section 204, which I also thought was funny that, being from Manitoba, I was at the back of section 204.
I love
but it was
that.
a great section. Everybody was rowdy. Everybody had a great time.
So you going to go to a World Series game, Rich?
Oh, I would love to. There's no possible way I don't think I can make it to game 1 or 2 because that's already coming up this Friday and Saturday. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to get to LA, but there's a slight chance, if I were lucky enough to get one ticket, game 6 and 7, I could possibly squeeze it into my schedule. But I know it's a long shot because tickets do go on sale this morning for the Jays home games, and I am sure they will go fast.
Just last, I guess, does it compare last night what you, were there for and witnessed? Does it compare to anything else sports-wise you've seen? I mean, obviously we had some big playoff moments for the Jets this year and the goal with like under a second left on the clock. And
the Cole Perfetti 1.6 second to just put it into overtime. Like, so that Cole Perfetti goal obviously wasn't the game-winning goal, but just that goal there is what I can compare that to. But like,
that's the only thing I could think of.
Exactly. It's hard to compare it to anything else just because, it's a different sport. It's a different stadium. It's just, I just can't explain really last night what the feeling was. It was just pure jubilation and just like 44,000+ people just losing their minds, going crazy.
Well, we're going to let you go because I know you got to catch a plane. But if you can stick around just and listen 2 more minutes here, I'm going to play something that you might find kind of get a kick out of because you were around in '93. So I went in the archives yesterday to find out how Winnipeg was experiencing the Jays wins in '92 and '93. And I found the CBC report. It's fun because it starts with the fact that we usually really hold our noses and hate cheering for anything Toronto, like we're not going to be cheering for the Argos or the Leafs, right? But with baseball,
that is also true.
Yeah, but with baseball, what are you going to do, right? So this is a report from back then in '92. It also then talks to some little kids at the time who were excited about the Jays in school, which is fun. Maybe Rich was one of them. What we're going to hear off the top of this, though, is a local radio station that was cheering for the Jays despite their loathing of Toronto.
I hate that team. I hate that whole city and everything they represent. And as always, when it comes around to this day of the week, we like to call Toronto and taunt the Torontonian.
A local FM station has made it a weekly habit on their morning show to phone Toronto's Argonauts and Maple Leafs and tease them about losing. But they have excluded the Blue Jays from their verbal torture.
Now, we have had a group discussion about that, and during the pennant race, and certainly now during the World Series, we have exempt the Blue Jays from the taunted Torontonian status. And that is because the entire country is behind the Jays. We have been behind the Jays. And why slit our own throats? Because if we start calling down the Jays, people will jump on us. We're not idiots.
And this morning, they'd actually written a song to celebrate the Blue Jays.
On the Blue Jays as they wallop the Braves. Winfield, Carter, and Alomar. The MVP will win a new car.
The DJs aren't alone. School children across Winnipeg are staying up late to follow the Jays on TV and coming to school a little tired. This grade 6 class at Victor Wyatt Public School have put the Bombers and Jets on the back burner. Their team is in Toronto.
Since Winnipeg doesn't have a home team, like Blue Jays is pretty well the closest, so everybody goes for the Blue Jays, and they made it to the World Series and it makes everybody proud.
I think this is going to be more important than Paul Henderson's goal in 72, and it's going to be where were you in 92.
The Blue Jays are the best team, and well, most Canadians think they're the best team. It's not every day we make it to the World Series.
Indeed, this World Series is having a strange effect on Winnipeggers. Who would have thought that we'd be singing the praises of a team from Toronto?
Jays will be on top.
That's how far back we have to go, and the Jays are on top. You didn't go to that school, did you, Rich, that you weren't one of those kids?
No, I wasn't.
Fun to listen to no matter what. Listen,
For
have an awesome flight home. I suspect you're going to have some Jays cheering and probably announcements over the on the plane as well. Thanks for sharing your experience with us on CBC.
Thanks for having me, Marcy.
That is Winnipegger Rich Pope. He was at Game 7 of the ALCS Championship last night. The Jays have punched their ticket to the World Series. Rich is making his way home. We reached him live this morning at the airport in Toronto.